Welcome to Midstream Connect, featuring Texas Midstream and Mexico. I'm your host, Heather Houghton. Before we get started, I want to take a moment to thank everyone who made this episode possible. The oil and gas industry in Mexico is all about the country's energy reforms, and that means opportunity for foreign investment in not only exploration, but also infrastructure. Now that reforms have taken hold, there's a strong need for pipelines to be built both domestically and across the border with Texas. That increases opportunities for joint ventures for North American midstream companies. We spoke with Global and U.S. Head of Energy for KPMG, Regina Mayer, about Mexican midstream market. Let's listen in.
What is the current status of the Mexican midstream market, and what are the opportunities for U.S. operators?
The Mexican midstream market is still very robust with lots of opportunities. There are at least 12 new pipeline projects that have been announced. 7 of the 12 have been contracted for. And you're seeing Western operators like ONEOK, Kinder Morgan, ETP making investments and making big plays. The U.S. provides 81% of Mexico's current natural gas supplies today, and their demand is expected to grow as they continue to build new gas-fired power generation facilities. So current opportunity is robust and expected to grow quite substantially.
How might Mexico's energy reforms help infrastructure investment in the country?
Pemex and the Mexican government has been at the transformation of their energy environment since about 2013. Timing was really tough because we went through a major commodity cycle downturn during that. But fast forward for 4 years, things have changed considerably. They had successful offshore concessions with companies like ExxonMobil, BP, Chevron, and BHP Billiton making big investments. I anticipate that transformation will continue. BP just in March opened the very first gas station that's non-Pemex branded in the Mexican market for the last 80 years. So you're seeing lots of investment, success on the parts of more established, more mature companies, and I think we'll continue to see that type of activity going forward as the company and the economy transforms.
Mexico's onshore shale activity is starting to increase. What will that mean for Mexico?
So Mexico has considerable onshore shale reserves. They rank as the 8th largest shale reserve holder in the world. They have what's estimated to be 13 billion barrels in recoverable shale. And they have a geologic formation that looks a lot like the Eagle Ford. So there are opportunities to leverage what's happening in the U.S. Eagle Ford to go after Mexican shale. However, when you look at all the other opportunities to provide energy in Mexico, and frankly, the terrific sources of supply that can come from the U.S., I just don't see a near-term reason for them to go after the onshore shale in a significant way. Pemex has allocated a small portion of its budget to continue to explore in that area. Clearly, they want to make sure they have that option available to them when they need it, but it's just not something that they would need to do in the short term and probably would not be economic in the short term as well. But it's a great asset that they have access to and that they're sitting on, and it could potentially be important in years to come.
We want to thank everyone that made this episode of Midstream Connect possible. Be sure to tune in next month as we explore transportation with a highlight in the Bakken. Until next time, let's stay connected.
To stay up to date on the most recent Hart Energy videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking here.